You might see on the news that there is additional information regarding the Mount Pleasant BTO because apparently this landmark project is bringing back an interesting and flexible option, which is the white flat. This concept was actually piloted at a previous BTO launch. So back in October 2024 BTO exercise, the Crawford Heights project in Kalang Whampoa area offered this open concept layout for the very first time. The take-up rate was about 4 out of 10, showing that while it's not for everyone, but there is a definite appetite for this level of customization among a significant portion of home buyers. So what exactly is a white flat? Think of it as a blank canvas for your home. So unlike traditional BTO flats that come with pre-built walls separating the living room and also the bedrooms, a white flat is essentially an open concept space. The name comes from the idea that you are getting a white canvas to design your home from scratch without the hassle and cost of tearing down walls. The structural columns are cleverly tucked away at the edges, leaving you with an expansive, beamless space to work with. You might be wondering how much can it save if you don't opt for the walls. The price difference is indeed a key factor for potential buyers as it is directly impacting their decision to go with a traditional or open concept layout. Based on the information available for the Crawford Heights BTO launch back in October 2024, the price difference for the white flats was indeed stated by HDB. For a 3-room white flat, the price was approximately $6,000 cheaper, while for a 4-room white flat, the price was around $8,600 cheaper. This is a direct saving on the initial purchase price because HDB doesn't factor in the cost of the internal partition walls. However, it is important to note that this saving is not pure profit. As many online commenters and property analysts have pointed out, you would likely use this money and even more to build your own walls and complete your renovation. A user on Reddit mentioned that creating partition room will be cheaper, but then if you want to add more things, you can end up even spending more money. So this is a crucial point. While the white flat is cheaper on paper, but the true cost of your home will depend on how you choose to customize it. The initial savings from HDB may be less than the cost of building new walls with better materials or more intricate designs. Now let's talk about the pros and cons of this white flat. To me, the biggest strong point of a white flat is that you have the option to retire early or at least to get additional passive income. In my opinion, the real power of a white flat is actually if you do your renovation in a way so that it becomes a dual key unit, which apparently is possible as long as your renovation plan is approved by HDB. This way, you can live on one side and rent out the other side while maintaining your privacy. This is the real game changer because you could have a good amount of passive income. And then the second strong point is that customization is very much possible. You are not stuck with a cookie cutter layout because if you want a huge living room that flows seamlessly into an open kitchen, no problem. Or maybe you would prefer to create a massive master bedroom with a walk-in wardrobe and a cozy study nook. That's also possible. So the possibilities are endless. And then for people that decided that they don't want to have any kids at all, I guess this is also a perfect option because if you are not planning to have kids anyway, you might want a spacious open plan home. You can design a modern minimalist space that is perfect for entertaining friends or simply enjoying a large uninterrupted living space. And then for those of you who wants to be a savvy investors, you could also partition the space to create more individual rooms to rent out. But of course, this is subjected to HDB's occupancy rules. But remember, because this Mount Pleasant BTO is subjected to 10-year MOP, you will not be able to rent out the whole flat. So you as the owner is still expected to live inside the flat and can only rent out rooms. Now, on the other hand, let's talk about the negatives. So what are the cons? While having a blank canvas sounds exciting, but indeed it's not for everyone. There are some practical considerations that you need to keep in mind. Number one is privacy and noise. Without internal walls, privacy can be a major issue. Sound travels easily, so if you are a light sleeper or have different schedules from your partner, the open concept layout might be a challenge. Cooking smells and noise from the kitchen can also flow through the entire flat. The second point is the cost of the blank. While white flat itself might slightly be cheaper due to lack of partition walls, you would need to factor in the cost to build those walls and any other customization you want to do. If you plan to build multiple rooms, your renovation cost might end up being higher than with a traditional flat. And then cooling might also be a problem. Air conditioning, an open space, is less efficient. With no walls to contain the cool air, you will likely need a more powerful aircon unit or multiple units, which could lead to higher electricity bills. And then in terms of resale potential, the unique and highly customized layout of a white flat might not appeal to all future buyers, especially for families who need more private and closed rooms. This could potentially make it harder to sell down the road. When I check on Reddit to see how people are feeling about this white flat, indeed there are pros and cons. So there are some positive reactions where many people see the white flat as a positive step towards more flexibility in public housing. Some people highlighted the potential savings on hacking costs and the ability to design a home from scratch without being limited by HDB's standard layout. But also, on the other hand, there are people who are more worried about practical concerns. The issue of noise and privacy is a big one. One user pointed out that hard brick walls is much better to contain the noise, and another user pointed out their experience with cooking smells. There's also some skepticism about cost savings, because the ID actually might take advantage of buyers, especially if they don't know much about construction. While it's true that building proper sound-insulated walls is not cheap, but the final renovation bill for a highly customized space could significantly be more expensive than a traditional flat. So, is a white flat for you? Well, the decision to choose a white flat in the Mount Pleasant BTO depends entirely on your lifestyle and long-term plans. If you are someone who loves to design, a white flat gives you the freedom to create a home that truly reflects your personality. It is a fantastic opportunity for couples who value open space and for those who see the potential of a dual key unit or even more rooms in that flat. However, if you have a family, value privacy, or are looking for a more straightforward, fuss-free home, a traditional BTO layout might be a better fit. I do want to state one thing, that please do not get a white flat simply because you're trying to save money and then you're planning to not put any walls at all, and then, after the MOP, you just want to sell the white flat as is. I don't think that's a good idea, dude, because 10 years is a very long time. And especially if you have family, right? Well, unless it's just the two of you. But please do not get the white flat simply because of the potential savings, because actually putting up your own wall, in general, it is almost always cheaper just to get what HDB gave you. So if cost is your only consideration, just take the traditional version. Don't take the white flat. But what do you think? Comment down below. To get exclusive contents and support my work, click the join button to be part of the online family. Your support means a lot to keep us independent. Don't forget to join the membership, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye!